All right, well, we've moved on from lights in the dash to the heater because we are going to want a heater in this thing. So I took this duct off because it was barely blowing any air out the dash. And let me show you. I'll turn it on and man, it barely blew anything. It's blowing a little bit, but not much. Let me show you the blower out here. Rattling all crazy. I'm pretty sure the heater coil's stopped up, probably full of dust and dirt. So I'll pull all that apart and have a look at it. Already pulled a couple of screws out. So let's see what the inlet side of this thing looks like. Doesn't look terribly dirty in there. I wonder if the blower's spinning the wrong way. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, this is not a factory blower. Because I don't know who, someone's got a weird clamp on here and it looks like holes have been drilled out. Maybe that's supposed to be like that. Let's pull that clamp off of there and I don't know why that clamp's on there. I wonder if the blower's spinning the wrong way. Maybe it's the wrong blower. I don't think you'd be able to reverse those because it's just negative and positive, but possibly. Let's pull this guy off and have a look. Got lucky on that one. See if the side of the motor tells us what direction what rotation motor it is. It almost sounds like there's so much turbulence inside of there. It almost sounds like it's going the wrong way because that heater coil is not that dirty. Ah. Oh, almost. Why someone put a hose clamp on here, I have no idea. Should really take the time to go find my bits for my little impact. That would make these processes a lot faster. However, they're all in storage and God knows where everything is. I put it up months ago and I don't remember. I love how they have a nice bolt clamp on here, and then a nice T-clamp, and if you look at the intercooler hose, you can't see it, but the intercooler hose just has regular old hose clamps on it. It's like, let's use the nice clamp on something that I don't even think should have a clamp on it, and then use the crappy clamps on an intercooler hose. Yikes. What did we do here? Oh, they just pushed. Oh, how funny. They found a blower they found a blower. I can see where somebody grinded. I bet you they ground, yeah, it's grounded off over here. I bet you the original motor was tack welded into this housing, and then they just found a motor that would stick in there and just jammed it in there and then put that hose clamp on it. Wow, that's pretty good. That's some ingenuity right there. How funny. Gosh, I guess we'll have to see if it's going the wrong way. Kind of sounds like it is. That would suck, because then we got to find a blower for it. Let me go turn it back on, and then we'll plug that wire in and see what it's doing. It's times like this where a second person would be handy. Right. Well, the wheel should be going this way for the louvers there, so let's see what it does. Ah, yeah, it is for sure. It's not grabbing enough air. That thing should be putting out all kinds of air. Yeah. Oh, it's just not grabbing air. Yeah, someone messed this all up. I didn't have any idea what they were doing with airflow. That wheel probably doesn't even belong on this truck. I'll bet you. Oof, how are we gonna fix that? That's why all these holes are drilled. Look, someone drilled holes trying to get air to it, but then just kind of gave up, I think. I don't know what someone has done here. And who knows what it was like from the factory. We could give it some more air. We could drill some more holes. I don't know how much that's going to help. I mean, this style of wheel should be drawn in really from the other side. Like it should have a pretty open space. Maybe we could punch some more holes in it. That's just absolutely the wrong design for this thing. Maybe I'll look around online for a minute, see what we can see. So that's what's wrong. It's going the right way, set in there correctly. The heater core is not horrible, but this wheel is not. Ow, that's a pretty hard biting fly. This wheel is just, it's not pulling the air in. This is the wrong design. Shouldn't be like this. So, yeah, let me look around for a bit and see what we're gonna do with it. Well, I've looked at this thing, I've looked online. I can't call Mac to get a parts description. And you know what's funny? I took this blower wheel off. Have a look at this. I don't know what someone's done. I mean, this clearly is not factory. But I don't, who knows what belongs in this thing. But let me show you. I think about the only thing we can do with this is drill some more holes in it. Someone had the right idea, but they didn't put quite enough holes in it for the air to come through and fill that wheel up. But if you notice, look at that. There's that spot that's grounded off right there, and then right here, and then they push the motor in even more. Who knows what this thing's off of? There's no telling. No telling. I guess I could look up the part number on it. It's made in September 6th of 2016. If that means anything. Yeah, maybe we'll drill some more holes in it. See what that does. Might just have to call it good at that. And then maybe call Mac later on, or have a look around the country, see if someone's got a parts truck that they could send me, but or not send me the truck, but maybe send me the blower assembly off of it, because I don't know what's I don't know what's supposed to go on here. This would not work in this configuration because this originally was solid and there was just a blower in here. Well, that's not going to work because there's no way for air to come in and then go through the heater core inside. So I don't know what used to be in there. Well, let's go over here and drill some more holes in it and see if that helps out a little bit. Alrighty. Well, instead of drilling some more holes, I played connect the dots with a grinder. I seriously doubt this is going to do anything, but why not? It's already, that's what kind of drives me crazy about when people make repairs. If you don't put something back to factory, you wind up with kind of a hodgepodge of stuff that, that doesn't really work. I suppose every now and then you can get pretty creative and do something that's going to work for you, but most of the time it doesn't, from what I've figured out. I've gotten kind of creative before and done some stuff that worked, but man, it's just so much easier just to go buy a factory part and be done with it. I just don't understand why that is not the right size Allen wrench. Well, let's see what happens here. That's actually a little bit more air. Yeah, let's stick it back in, see what it does. I'll have to do a video on airflow here pretty soon, because this is not how you do this. 100% wrong. And I know that because that's been my job for the past 20 plus years, doing air conditioning and heating work, ductwork design, advanced airflow, all that good stuff. Tell you with 100% certainty that ain't right. Well, let's go kick it on and see what it does. It's a tall tower. Here we go. A little bit more. Sounds different too. Vibrating like crazy, which is annoying. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Well, it's definitely not right though. I mean, this should be just ripping the air out of here. And it's just it's a trickle. It's barely a trickle. So, it is what it is, I suppose. We'll get a hold of the factory and see what we can come up with. I'm an idiot, and I filmed the whole putting the dash back together, and when I got finished up, I looked and my camera had fallen off the tripod. I had bumped it and it fell off. So anyways, I didn't get all that, but dash is all back together. Everything's looking pretty good. Still got the hole where the speaker was and the radio was, but whatever, no big deal. Got to put that fuse cover back on, and I think I'm gonna go take it for a test drive. Well, I'm an idiot. I put the whole dash back together, had the camera sitting on the tripod, and I guess it fell off at some point while I was putting the whole dash back in. I don't know what happened, but all I did was take 45 minutes of video of staring at the back of the cab here. So I'm a big dum-dum. Anyways, we're all back together. I think I've got everything working. All the lights except for these three dash lights. They must be a different bulb than what I got, and I don't know if there's some sort of French bulb or what, but I'm not really sure. Macs are made in France, and we have there's a little tiny instrument cluster lights that you can get at O'Reilly's or AutoZone or Napa or whatever, but I don't know, they just barely don't fit. So I don't know but that's what was in there. But when I went to put the new ones in, man, it's not happening. So whatever, it's not that big a deal. I would like for them to be working, obviously. I think it'd be cool, but not completely necessary. So yeah, so I'm gonna put the fuse cover back on. I gotta do that. Got most of the cab cleaned up, or as cleaned up as it's ever gonna get. Oh man, this thing was filthy. I think I'll armor all this dash and wipe down the windshield real good. But yeah, I think we're getting really close. The blower actually blows pretty dang good after I made those repairs. Like, man, there's some air coming out of there now. It's pretty good. So I think opening up all those holes on that blower housing, is it perfect? No. Is it better than what we had? Absolutely. The defrost damper on the duct is broken. Not much I can do about that. I think what I'm gonna do, because this truck only has heat, and out here during the winter time, the windshields do tend to get a little foggy. So I think I'm just gonna leave it wide open all the time. I wired it all the way open. That'll put heat in the cab anyways, no big deal. Everything else is gonna be ran off the blower, and then the heat cool selector there on the dash, which is still working, thank goodness. Yeah, so let's get the fuse cover put back on, to clean this dash up just a little bit with maybe a bit of Armor All. And after that, our blinker lights need to be addressed. Our side marker lights on the bed need to be addressed. And I think we'll be in relatively good shape. I haven't found anything that's too crazy just yet, that needs to be fixed. So yeah, we'll get to that, get this thing wrapped up, and maybe start putting it to work. That's a camera. Man, these freaking goofballs. I don't know exactly where all these relays were supposed to mount, but someone just had them kind of stuffed in here, and it sucks. It drives me crazy, and I mean, it's just gonna drive me bananas. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of leave them hanging out there. So here's what it is. Until there's a problem, it's not getting fixed. Let's see here, got that. to lose one of the nuts. Still haven't found it. I think I sucked it up in the shop vac. I heard a loud noise. I was like, oh, I bet that was something important. And then lo and behold, I have a missing nut. Socket. Maybe this one? Yes, very good. It's just a little lock nut, so I'm just going to kind of put it on there hand tight. If I ever have to get into it. I wish I still had these. I bet originally this truck had all the little thumb screw ones, but not anymore. So that's that.